Well, guess what?
What happened
I'm
to
just
her?
Nicholas Cage. Nicholas Cage. Get in the cage, Nick. I gotta talk to you. I'm online. All right.
You're online now?
I'm online, Nick. If you want to join me, no problem. I just want to tell you we're coming to the lighter part of things. My name is Ronald, Ronnie, whatever you want to call me. I was given a script by Hollywood, by the family of the totality of all the stations. They decided to get someone else out there to do one Seinfeld all in one person. So thanks, Hollywood. I'm going to be signing out on the notes that you told me to transfer to everybody. You figured I'd fit the part because I live in the right place. So I followed your instructions to a T. And now it's for everybody out there to choose for the awards what I'm going to get for my performance. I'd like to be judged. The judgment is from 0 to 9. You cannot go higher than 9 because perfect is not the perfect, because who knows what perfect is? You never reach it, otherwise you're over. Over. Perfect is over. So, this is for all mankind. I did this because no man is really kind, and I was sad, and I called Hollywood, and I told them, I said, listen, guys, I said, this is the story. I said, I became bipolar, I said, and I could do things a lot quicker, and I figured out Bacchus of Nostradamus. Not the whole thing, a piece of it, but a piece of it enough to bring it to my age and my era that I live in right now. And I used what I had in front of me. I used all the tools. Everybody told me don't do this and do this, so I figured, okay, I can't do this, I do this, so I calculated in something and I put it away. But 2005, it all came out. And I had the dream when I was about 5. I saw it all mixed up, letters and numbers, the whole thing, nothing made sense. And it didn't make sense. I was trying to do my best and they were never happy with me. So I just called Hollywood and I says, okay, guys, this is free. I says, you got 6 years. I said, 6 years. I figured that's about the time it would be able to take me to get back on my feet from being hospitalized. So I worked on this for the last 6 years, and I wrote, and I wrote, and I wrote, and I rewrote, and I took it off, and then I put it all together, and I threw it together, and I studied every sign on the road, what it can mean, the angle of the sign, the color of the sign, and every sign had a different meaning, and you collaborate, cooperate, whatever, you bang them, you piece them, you plastify them, you say, what if I can bend it, what would it look like? So I twisted it all upside down, and I twisted it up again, and I twisted it out, and guess what? I was able to just unravel it and just make it into a funnel and funnel it in and turn it over and let it come out. Then you put the two funnels atop of each other or below each other. They actually look like the hourglass, like the Magen David of the 6 triangles, or the 6 hourglasses of 12 triangles, which equal the 6,000 years of chance we had. So that's why everything had to be the 666. There's more of an explanation to this, but there's nobody asking me any questions. So I just do this off the top of my head. So for all mankind who's tired and upset, for me, one of my wishes is to move the army into Africa, sell the bullets, plant the seeds into the ground, irrigate the damn thing. They can dig 200-300 yards or whatever. They dig 300 feet under the ground. Here we have snow and ice. They can't do it in Africa. Come on, there's water all over the world under there. Come on. Take the hat off of your head, take the underwear off, stand naked between the men, we're all the same. Take off our skin, remove the gel over your left foot is the bones. If you mix it up, they're just different shapes and sizes, so who's going to know the difference anyways? So you kill them in the mind, and we're all in our minds, so we're out of our minds. All these pills is because of the twisting and the turning. We wouldn't need half these pills. My parents were in the poultry and pig farming, and all we did is spend money on the pills, and they spent the pills, and it changed everybody. Hey, I was on 1,500 milligrams of Seroquel. 1,500. I had a friend over here. He says, "Hey man, you're fucked." I couldn't sleep at night. Slowly, I put my hand on his shoulder and I said one thing to him, "My friend, let my hand that touches you be not of interference, for it helps me much as you do nothing for it. Just let it be." And I started to feel well until I got to the right amount of lithium I should be on and the right amount of Seroquel. It took 6 years. I know it's right because I can go fast, but not out of control. It's all in control. There's limits, limitations. We have too many limitations causing us to break the limits. And once you're past, go into space. Once you're going, unless you're going to hit something, you ain't stopping and coming back. You know what I'm saying? Take care, guys. I gotta sign off. I'm waiting for the review. Hollywood, Steven, all the people who wished the most, the Jawish and the Irish and all the wishers in the world, it's just because I'm French that I'm Jewish. It has nothing other than that. In fact, most of the Jews were French to start with, because they were lovers. Everybody knows the French is a lover. That's why we have all the beautiful women in Quebec, to remind us of what was can be. If you treat it right, as the dog chases his own tail, he smiles and everybody laughs and nothing's going wrong. So learn, learn, learn. Want only to know how to make it all better, my child. As the mother nurtures the child, the population must be nurtured over what's going on. I went out yesterday to buy something. They had 95 stores with the same product. What was I supposed to do? We could have farmland in between that with pure product. People can have their own farms in the middle of the city. And we can use our own, or we can use our own poop or poop. We can deliver it to one guy. He can mix the poop with the pea, and he'll mix the barley or the oats in it, and it'll all come hard again, and I'll break it up and put it in the field for our gardens. And we'll give him some fruits and vegetables, and we'll share. But you know what? It's too easy. It's too easy. It's no more fun. The world that we die is the world that's fun, because we have to worry, oh my God, I don't want to. Well, guess what? That's the scariest thing I ever had. That's something I don't ever want to reach. But it's inevitable. But I don't want. They're giving an offering, and I don't want. DEA, a demon, direct from the E-man to the angel. That's what that's all about. Direct from the E-man to the angel. The T is the crossroads. The H is a part of communication, as the H is like a paints. It's like a clothes hanger, and the bottom is the part of man that's in it. So you can actually grab man and bring him back up. So that's what the explanation of death is. You know, and the explanation everybody knows of live or lived is the devil, because backwards, L-I-V-E-D or D-E-V-I-L is all the same thing. You know, you made the riddles and the poems, so why don't you learn to read them properly from the adult point of view rather than just for the kids? You know, sometimes the adults have to have fun too. You know, we all play like kids, but if we could talk to each other like adults instead of going to war all the time, because the only war that pisses everybody off is the purity of the nakedness in the bed. And if they see you naked somewhere else, they give you a ticket for sticking it out in her. It wasn't in you, it was in her. You were looking. None of your business. Did you pay to see the show? You know, let them have sex whatever they want. If they're in the right spot, you don't have to come watch, otherwise pay them to watch. But you send them a ticket for watching. You charge them for having sex. Oh my God. I got a ticket sitting in Parc La Fontaine. Sitting on the park bench. I want to hear that song. Show 'em you're number one, man. You know, there was a lull about 5 years in the grid with you guys, but there's nothing like you guys. Show 'em if I'm rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? Krista Berg, the Rolling Stones, Mickey, the Big Mike of the Jagger. You know, the shark has the jagged teeth. Well, Mick Mike, who sang the Rolling Stones of the rocks that high in the sky, they smashed, they felt the pebbles and bam bams on the floor as they hit the stone wall, as they hit it to dust, and the dust goes into the air. And the skies will be cloudy all day. You see, that's what happened to the white sheep when he fell down, and they knocked him down, and they baptized him so many times. He was all black at the end. He was at the bottom of the ladder. He was the mouton noir of TQS. But he came back up, and when the sky was cloudy all day, it was just cloudy. It wasn't dark. Because they said cloudy, they didn't say dark. Otherwise, they would have told you on the news. So let this broadcast from Hollywood coming to you direct from inside Quebec, yet our line is through Hollywood. So if you want to speak to me, speak to them. Guys, I'm not trying to get you into any trouble, but you know, I had to let it out. I wasn't sure if I should believe the guy. He met me a few years ago. He says, listen, from Hollywood, this is what it's all about. This was about the time I got sick and went into the hospital about, let's say, the 3rd of May, and I went to the hospital the 6th. So it happened before that when he told me this information. So I believed him all the time. I didn't think he was a liar because, you know what? How can I judge a man? He wasn't doing me any harm. So I believed him. So I followed him, and I did everything he wanted me to do. He says, it's from Hollywood. He says, I'll get a phone call back if everything was all right when it's over. Well, most of it is over now. So I'm going to leave it up to the boys because I ain't got the strength, and I'm one single person. Even though I have friends, they lock us all up anyways, you know, because the truth hurts. Ciao, my friends. Ciao.